Thanks to Mo Greens for being a sponsor of today's show. If you're looking for an elite cannabis destination, make the wise choice. Mo Greens, the premium consumption lounge in the heart of San Francisco. Mo Greens combines old school San Francisco charm with unparalleled customer service, creating a truly elite cannabis experience. Go to mogreens.com to plan your visit. Hey everybody. Welcome to Got Dank Weed here. That's from Nini on Patreon. We're always trying to figure out things to add to our Patreon to make it worth it for you to spend $4.20 a month, mostly to just keep this show going, but because we love doing it, as long as you like having it. And you can also check out our bonus episodes of doing Doug with Dabs. Speaking of which, I've already done some today, so that's probably why I'm talking so slowly. Make sure you become a 420 Club member on Patreon, patreon.com. Doug plugs. Doug Loves Movies will be taped tonight at the UCB Theater right here in Los Angeles, if I am still conscious. And I'll be doing stand-up in Birmingham and Huntsville, both in the Alabama area, April 14th and 15th. For all of my road dates, go to douglovesmovies.com and enjoy the show. Hey, blast off! Here we are in the basement with two, I gotta say, like regulars on the program. We've both been on the show before. It's Baron Vaughn and Open Mike Eagle. Left to right. Doing it right.
You keep rhyming.
No way.
It's so much fun.
I can't do it. I mean, it is fun, but I'm so bad at it.
Don't think too much.
That's it. It's the don't think thing. It's like improv. I'm bad at that too, like with a group of people.
That's why I'm bad at basketball too.
What?
Because I think too much.
Basketball?
Yeah, I'm on the court being like, do I go to the left? You know what I mean?
And then somebody steals the ball.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've got options.
And I'm still dribbling. There's no ball here. I'm like, what?
Yeah. That doesn't seem like it would work very well.
You gotta go on instinct.
That might just be like a too high for basketball kind of thing.
Well, not when I was in middle school.
Oh, okay.
High off of anxiety.
Yes. I have anxiety. Yes.
Well, you know, I normally grill the guests about, when they've, how they started, when they started, but you've been on the show enough that we've probably talked about that. So everybody just go back and check out in the archives those episodes. They're still on the free side of the paywall. You can still see all the shows for free.
What's on the pay side of the paywall?
Nothing. We don't have a paywall. We have a... we have a Patreon.
Yeah.
But that's, for other stuff, that anybody can watch this show for free on YouTube. But we're also on Pluto TV now, the 420 channel. And so there's about several hours of us a day on there, I think.
Wow. So you guys like sweet extras, basically.
I've been seeing ads all over the place for Pluto TV lately. And it's like, okay, I guess they've got money.
Not a planet anymore,
because
but
this
definitely
free
a channel.
TV thing, that we're just going to be a channel and just go on the internet and find us. That seems weird.
But you're paying somehow, right?
You're watching the ads that they have on there, I guess?
Do they have lots of ads?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, I guess we're going to have to check it out.
Yeah.
At Pluto.tv. I don't know what the website is.
I think it's PlutoTV.com.
Oh, I messed it up.
I think.
Sorry, Pluto.
It's probably both of those.
Yeah.
If they're paying that much money.
They got that money for bus ads.
Yeah. They probably bought 2 domains.
Jesus.
You got those bus ad monies.
They got billboards, and like at the airport there's a bunch of signage for them. Yeah. They're just suddenly all everywhere because, I've known about them for a while because, we've been on there for a little while, but boom.
Airport advertising seems very expensive.
It does, right?
It seems like it's many more thousands of dollars to advertise at the airport.
Really? Why do you think that?
I feel like they're only advertising to rich people who are traveling all the time. You want to rearrange your rich stocks and bonds, rich guy, do it with us. Like, I feel like it's stuff like that.
Hey, rich people, watch this free TV channel.
Yeah, they probably think that's for peasants.
Yeah, exactly. Might not be the... Pluto, get your money out of LAX before it's too late. Take it away from those fancies. We've got a sativa today called Sour Diesel. That's a classic name. No problem with
Legendary.
that. And an indica called Ace of Spades.
The Ace of Spades! The Ace of Spades! That's the only Motorhead song I know.
Oh, it's such a good song.
It's a real good
song. It's a great song.
Yeah.
I know that, and I know Triple H's theme song that Motorhead does, and that's it.
What's that?
Okay.
Bow Down to the King.
Of course.
Bow down to the king.
All right. So this is going to be
Wait,
nothing
so
but...
all of those songs are just basically you just say a random sentence that way
Over
you
and
have
over
a
again.
Song.
That's
Yeah.
how songs work.
Open the door!
Yeah, basically.
Okay, that's a new song. Great.
That's how songs work. That's all they are, is repeated things. That's called a hook, and they use that as a technical term, but really it's just repeating a thing.
Hypnotic. Anyway, Sour Diesel.
And that's
Yeah.
song science.
So go ahead and smoke.
I'm going to take one.
That's all I was driving at. Sometimes you get so high that you just start yammering and forget to get high.
Which one's a sativa?
All of them are loaded with sativa.
Okay.
We have the indica standing by for,
Gotcha.
for the brave people that want to do that in the middle of the afternoon. You guys have shit to do today?
Yep.
Yeah, so you don't want to mess with that, do you?
I want to be high and alert.
Even if the indica sativa thing's not as drastic as people tend to make it out to be, I still like to play along because no good reason really.
Okay.
I for a long time I thought it didn't fucking matter. I thought the strain didn't matter, like indica, sativa.
Yeah.
But then I realized, one makes me do stuff, the other one makes me go home. It's very important for me to know.
I do feel like there's a difference, but I also feel like the longer I stay away from the indica, the more, built up that, so when I do decide to use it, like, especially if I can't sleep, I'll hit some indica, because I've always got some lying around, And,
That is what it's good for.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you must have so much weed in your house.
Not that much, I just sort of bring home a lot, but then now that, you can travel with it, LAX up to an ounce.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that new?
Pretty new, yeah.
Up to an ounce. Wow.
But pretty quiet. You know how isn't it
Very
weird
quiet.
how those things aren't like, everybody I say that to goes, really? Like, it's not a widespread, it's not known, but it is what
Here's a
happens.
question.
Because they don't want you to know.
Right?
Is the dog gonna bark though? Like that's the question.
That's right.
No.
Are the dogs up on the new law?
Right. Are they only gonna bark past the ounce? Is that
Are
what's
these
happening?
drug dogs up on it? Are they just still stuck in the 80s?
If that dog barks, I feel like I'm going to jail no matter
well, you're
what.
talking international if the dog barks, because they only care about dogs only care about drugs internationally for the most part. Maybe and in Miami, but like the basic dogs. The basic. I don't want to call dogs basic.
They're fucking basic.
Some dogs are basic.
I don't want to. I don't want to
Basic.
attack those. I don't want to. The last thing I'm going to call them is basic bitches. That's never going to happen.
That's the only
That is
appropriate
rude.
time to
That
do
is
it, actually.
rude. I know.
That's
but
the only
it's
time when it works.
It still feels terrible.
It's a dog that wears crystals.
I don't like it. So.
Dog with frosted tips.
Wait, so Doug, what is there that you would have in your house a lot of that people would be surprised?
Oh,
What do you have a
playbills
lot?
from Broadway shows?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You're big into. Whoops.
I'm into it. Yeah, this always falls down, but don't worry. It's only 17 years bad luck.
Oh,
So it's
perfect.
not a
I
problem.
just got out of a 15-year strain.
No, wait. It's 17 years bad luck if you don't knock it over while you're here.
Oh,
I gotta
okay.
work on that.
Yeah,
sorry.
just rush into it before you leave.
Thanks, Thighs.
Don't forget.
So playbills. That's right.
Yeah,
You're
I have
like a
lot
big
of
theater
those.
guy. I forgot
Yeah,
that.
I have a ton of that.
Playbills bother me
Why do they bother
because
you?
they all have the same thing at the top. It's weird to me.
Playbill?
Yeah, but like the same way. And it obviously hasn't been updated since 1971, and I don't understand why.
Playbill is a brand.
Oh, who funds this? Why? How do they make money?
They're like their own organization.
They have ads in them. It's a little magazine with ads and articles, so they have to have writers and stuff. Probably stringers.
They kind of are like almost like a journalism organization.
This is an old mafia racket. I bet.
Yeah,
I
but they
bet.
gotta. I follow them on Instagram, and they just their Instagram's nuts.
You
they're
follow
just
Playbill on the gram?
posting shit constantly about everything that's happening on Broadway and threatening to come to Broadway. I learn about it all, or I skim
right.
past it, depending on.
When you get done hitting that,
Sounds
I
interesting or
want to
not.
know what's good on Broadway now. Maybe you know. What's good on
Oh, that's a
Broadway?
fun segment for all the stoners out there. getting high. Let's talk about theater.
Hey,
But that's the
some
great thing
stoners love
about
theater.
Whatever you like. If you're high, it's just going to make that experience even better. I get so high as I can when I see Broadway shows, which is tough in the wintertime because that walk from the hotel to the theater is so cold. Cold really sobers me up. It really gets rid of my high, yeah. But that aside, I just love seeing Broadway shows high out of my mind. Last time I was there, we saw True West with Paul Dano and Ethan Hawke.
Oh, wow.
oh, interesting.
So good. It's such a good play to begin with, and then they both did a great job. And it was really entertaining.
What's it about? I've never heard of it.
It's about two dudes. One of them's a writer, and he's trying to write a screenplay, and he's got a producer who's interested in it, and he's going to come over, and they're going to work on their pitch and to raise the money. But then his wayward brother, who's just a complete weirdo and a psychopath, comes home and decides he wants to be a writer.
Oh, God.
And
That sounds great.
and he has one idea that the producer likes, and it sort of all goes from there. But it's brothers that are very, very unhappy with each other.
Yeah.
On stage for 2 hours with actual physical violence.
Yeah.
It's really intense.
It goes there.
Yeah. As
It's,
does a lot of Sam Shepard has some real violent behavior.
Did you ever see there was like a Showtime movie version of it with Bruce Willis? Did you ever see that?
Was he the wayward brother?
Yes.
He looks like the wayward brother.
There was a legendary version of it in New York years ago. with
Saw it.
John C. Reilly and Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Oh, I remember hearing about
And
that.
they
Playbill.
flipped the roles.
In my apartment.
Holy shit.
Did they do it week by week? They flipped the parts.
It was like every 2 or 3 performances.
That's insane.
Yeah. And when I saw it, I only got to see it once. It was one of those things where, everybody wanted to see it twice just to see them switch parts. And see how it all
would
plays
change.
out. But you could sort of imagine it. And that Philip Seymour Hoffman nailed the timid and the rager, whereas John C. Reilly was probably better as the timid guy. Because you never see rage isn't really one of his go-tos.
He does Out of Control pretty good, though.
Yeah, crazy for sure.
Like Magnolia.
Yeah.
He was
This is like some real analysis.
I'm not trying to bring down what he did. I mean,
No.
they switch parts every night.
gonna tell him to
like
talk
Paul
shit.
Dano and Ethan Hawke are like, no, we'll just play our parts.
Yeah, they're
We'll
just
just
playing the
be
parts.
the parts that we would play, and we will play them.
But they put a challenge to themselves, John C. and
yeah, I mean
put
that was nuts.
that's interesting.
But I was so happy to get to see it because those guys are two of my favorite actors, and like those P.T. Anderson movies, Magnolia and Boogie Nights.
Yep.
Both of those guys in both of those movies. It doesn't get any better. I don't
Yeah.
think.
I keep wanting to say a thing, but I'm high, so I can't remember anyone's name. Is the
Okay.
problem? Like, not the people here, but like the people I want to talk about.
Okay.
So I need help remembering somebody's name. Who is the guy who was like a sword fighter in Princess Bride? And
Carrie Elwes.
No, not him.
Mandy Patinkin?
Yes. Yes.
Mandy Patinkin.
You win. I was thinking.
This is
Inigo
more of a
Montoya,
stoner
right?
conversation than theater.
But it's reminding me of theater because when
Oh,
you're
okay.
talking about True West with those people in that story, I'm thinking, oh man, that would be probably pretty incredible to see because these are people you already know are good at things, and then you see them do this whole other like thing
Thing that they're
live
good at, yeah.
that they're good at, and it's like fucking incredible. And it happened to me. I saw something Mandy Patinkin did recently, and it was so good, it fucked my head up. It was so good.
What did you see?
What did he
He was
do?
doing he was some musical he's in,
Oh, okay.
and he sang this song.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, how the fuck is he good at that? How is he that good at singing?
He has a very angelic voice.
Oh my God.
It's a high
People were
voice.
super into it for a little while.
Yeah. He was a big theater star in the 80s.
Yeah, and he
Something
was
like that.
he was like in Evita.
So you didn't get to
and
see
shit
that.
like
You've never seen that side of him.
Messed me up.
You didn't see that skill set.
Was not ready for it.
Okay.
I'm like, that's Inigo Montoya. What the fuck is he doing here?
But it blew your mind.
It did.
Okay.
My name is Inigo Montoya.
You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Oh, I thought it was supposed to be me.
Yeah, I
next.
thought so too.
Because it was going to be boop,
Thought we'd all, get a taste of that.
Sorry.
So
Selfish
this is
musician.
So this is this newfangled thing that
Okay.
was gifted to me, and I appreciate it. I want to make the best of it. But basically the idea is like you sit here and smoke out of it, and the weed's in the tube, and then when it's ash, you can just sort of like boop, and it kind of like, almost like a hypodermic needle or something. But see, there I just pushed the whole thing out when I didn't mean to. Earlier, it was on fire and falling out. Like I don't.
This is the
I'm
product?
not good with it.
It looks like it was taking a poop when you did
But if somebody's,
it did.
But if somebody's good with it, then I say bless them and all that they know, all of their friends. But I can't get it to. I'm not good at it.
Is that the Pokeball thing right there?
And this is the Pokeball. Have they gifted you with one?
They have.
Yeah.
And I haven't opened it yet, and they're not happy about that.
What do you mean you haven't opened it yet? Is the box a good size for like? Is it a nice end table or something?
It's just the kind of thing where they're like, "Do you want one of these?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I think they assumed I smoke all the time, and I don't. So I haven't opened it, and they're not happy.
Well, what is it though?
That's the kind of thing too. I really still don't know. Even though I have one, I kind of don't know.
The Pokeball?
Yeah.
Well, like, let's say you have a bowl. Mm-hmm. We'll use my high court gavel. It's all clogged full of ash or whatever, and you're done. You use the thing pointing up in the middle. You go like that. This is great for the camera, by the way. Put that thing in the way. But like, you go like that, and you get all the ash out of there, cleans it all out, and you reload it or whatever. And then the ashes are just in this bowl with rubber on the bottom, so they all just fall right out into the garbage.
Oh.
And you can also close it up, and it is a great conversation piece because people go, "What is that?"
Well, I'm glad I know what it is now because I have one and I should use it.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
And they're geniuses in terms of how much free advertising they've gotten out of this show. Because I don't think they've paid us anything. But I just like that all my guests get one if they want one.
Oh.
I already have one.
It just feels like a nice gesture that I don't have to do anything.
And they get mentioned a lot. You just explain the whole thing.
Good.
Yeah, people ask me about it all the time. What is it? And I'm still not good at describing it. I'm not a good QVC type.
I see.
And I was terrible at this thing. But I want to see if you guys can do some a few things with us that we do here on the show after we take a break. Are you guys doing all right?
Yes.
Doing fantastic.
All right, we'll be right back. When you find yourself in San Francisco, be sure to check out Mo Greens, an elite cannabis destination right in the heart of San Francisco. When visiting this premium consumption lounge, let their expert bud tenders guide you through their extensive menu to tailor your experience. Mo Greens, where premium cannabis products and unparalleled customer service go hand in hand. From flower, pre-rolls, vape pens, topicals, concentrates, edibles, and accessories, their products are all curated by their team of skillful buyers and thoroughly tested to ensure the highest quality. All adults 21 and over can shop, relax, and enjoy cannabis in this safe and comfortable space. Mo Greens is a place where you can bring your mother. Plus, the Wi-Fi is speedy. Located in a historic building on Mid-Market Street, just steps away from incredible theater and music venues like the Bill Graham Civic Auditorium and the Orpheum, groundbreaking tech companies like Twitter and Dolby, and old guard standards like the Main Library and the magnificent City Hall. Their values are based on multiple generations of San Franciscan wisdom, inclusion, breathtaking beauty, and realized potential. Mo Greens will deliver the finest cannabis dispensary experience you can find, and we look forward to hosting you soon. Mo Greens combines old school San Francisco charm with unparalleled customer service, creating a truly elite cannabis experience. Go to mogreens.com to plan your visit. Hey, everybody. I'm Doug Benson. Come join me on See You Live as we watch the classic Tommy Boy and video chat together. Join the party. I'll be live for questions. Download the See You Live app from the Google Play Store or Apple App Store and stay tuned to social media for deets and get your tickets to join me. See you soon, everyone, and I'll see you live. Hey, we're back with Open Mike Eagle and Baron Vaughn, and Alicia's here with pot topics. But before we get to that, I just want to say, how many episodes do you think you've done of this show, if you had to guess?
That's a good question. I think my first show was last May.
Was it?
Yeah, but for a while we weren't we weren't doing it as often as we do now. So now it's hard to tell. Because we started with just like, one show each time we came in.
That's true.
But it's been 2 every other week for a long
now we do
time.
2-point-something shows.
This is math I wasn't prepared to come do on camera.
That's okay. I'll do the Patreon list really quick, and then we'll. These are people that subscribe to Patreon 420 Club and donate basically to the show. Keep us going for I don't know how many years now. JB, Steve Fortner, Wantel Williams. I just noticed that Daniel wasn't here. He promised he was going to be here today.
That's not a real name.
Daniel.
That's not a real
Who,
name.
Wantel?
Yeah.
Tell Williams.
Oh yeah,
on, man.
really? Okay. Well, I don't know why you're.
Yes, that's a real name.
It's-
Montel
Searching
Williams doesn't
Wantel.
want people to know he smokes weed and watches your show.
I mean, that would be.
Reversed.
That would be
letters.
crazy timing for someone with the last name Williams to have a kid and, for the joke to land. Because what's Montel doing now? You just see him in ads for something.
He
right?
sells insurance to people who are about to die, I think, is what,
Oh,
what it
yeah.
looks like when you just look at the commercial real fast and don't really pay attention.
Yeah,
It sounds shady.
it does.
It's like on news channels mostly.
Yeah,
right?
it's like infomercial status.
CNN.
But he's very pro marijuana as medicine because it's good for us. It made him feel better when he had.
He had a thing.
He
Yeah,
did
what
have a
was his
thing.
thing?
He had a television show.
Yeah,
Did
did
that
you
suck?
look it
up,
Was
Taylor?
Was that
It
bad?
made him feel good when he had that television show. That's,
maybe.
that's
No,
usually-
he had a real disease that
Oh, yes.
marijuana was very helpful for him.
Yes, I don't remember what
But
it
now
is,
I
though.
forget which one. I feel bad. Josh Slade, Marcus Ness, Richard Thompson, Jake McFarlane, Thomas Takash, Nicholas Purcell, and Kendall Guro. Okay.
Only one sounded fake.
He what? MS.
Oh.
Oh, MS.
Apologies to everybody for not knowing that. But yes, I knew it was something that happened with him, and that's why he was a very strong advocate for marijuana, but also seemed to be like, but don't be doing it recreationally. That seemed to be like his caveat. It seemed, I got that vibe. I don't think he was really like into people that just want to have fun. But I could have been wrong about that, so please let me know. My email address is I don't give a fuck at Gmail.
That
That's
wasn't
definitely
taken?
someone's email
Yeah.
already.
It's got to be, right? So
Yeah,
somebody's
don't
going to
email-
get.
well,
yeah, I like
no,
that.
they're kind of asking
Go
to
at
be
it.
emailed, though. Is that wrong to say?
Strangers should email that person constantly.
That's true.
Maybe that's what they open it for, like so people can vent, kind of like a free therapy deal.
It's like a confession box.
I
Yeah.
bet you someone held it hostage.
I think whenever somebody says they don't give a fuck, they've already given a little bit of a fuck. Just for saying it.
They're not giving
Just for taking the trouble.
The truth is
to-
the opposite.
To say
That
it.
is like there's some slight fuck there.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think so.
Well, what they're saying is they're not going to give the rest of that fuck. That's what they're saying.
That they're at the end of their
They
fucks.
should, be more honest. I give a partial fuck
I have
about
hit
this.
my fuck limit with you.
Right.
That's what it is.
All right, we've settled that.
You're welcome,
Somebody
linguistics.
contact Funkin' Wagnalls.
It's my nickname in high school.
The whole thing?
Yes.
With an
exactly.
ampersand?
No.
Is it A&D or an and with Grace and Frankie?
And the letters.
Is
The
it?
3 letters, yes.
Oh, okay.
But it's like kind of like at
It's
an
diagonal?
angle. Yeah, it's
Oh,
at a
nice.
diagonal angle.
Stylized.
I love that show. I just have to tell you.
You feel like
I
your
really
characters
do.
is sort of an
Thank you for
ampersand
watching.
to those two, like a bridge between the two?
Oh, what a great analysis. That's exactly how I would describe.
Nice. And how many seasons now?
We are filming the 6th season right now. Yeah.
And how long does it intend to go? Their
Don't
natural
know.
lives?
Yeah, everybody wants to do it.
I love it.
They're into it.
It's fantastic. There's not enough
It's
of
the
that
best
sort of
cast. I can't even
entertainment.
imagine how
It's
fun
a
that
great
must
cast,
be.
exactly.
Yeah, everybody's
And they want to
also-
make that show. They want to make it.
Yeah, and pitching, hey, we've got some two ladies who are of a certain age. How about that? Can we get that on TV? Everyone's no, nuh-uh.
And then Netflix
Unless
came
it's
along.
those two amazing ladies
Yeah.
and Netflix, yeah, and a network that doesn't,
They even
gives only
covered sex
part of a
toys for
fuck.
the elderly. Like that's
Yes, they
that's a
did.
big deal. Mm-hmm. That's great.
Do they give y'all
I
like
just watch
demographic
it.
numbers and tell y'all who?
I get so little information.
Yeah.
They tell me when to be somewhere, and I'm like, okay, I'll see you. I'll see you. But they're like, they say a lot of people watch it, but we don't know how many.
Yeah,
You know,
Netflix
Netflix
is
does not.
interesting that way.
They
no
don't
one
share
can
it.
really claim great Netflix numbers other than a renewal would imply
Yes.
great numbers. But if I were Netflix, I'd just renew the stuff that, like Netflix doesn't seem like it would cancel something that's nominated for or gets awards.
Yes.
You know
Yes.
what I mean? Whereas now the networks and Comedy Central, they'll cancel shit after, they'll go, Best Actress in a Comedy.
Yeah.
And then the show gets canceled before the Emmys even happen.
Well, they have different priorities.
Yeah.
As a company.
Like making sure
Exactly.
they keep friends no matter what.
And where their money comes from, is a whole different
Friends, the
situation.
show she meant.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
I mean, that's just a good
thought you
policy in
meant
show
that.
business is to keep friends.
You should
no
keep friends.
matter
I thought
what.
you meant
I'm not
it
being
meant
that
like,
shady about Netflix.
oh
now.
no.
I'd like,
I like
that
that
company. You want to keep friends?
I got to keep my friends, if you know what I'm
I had
saying.
to think about it for a second. I was
Yeah.
like, that's not what
Show.
she
Doesn't
meant.
have
Okay.
friends.
That's not what she meant.
That was a good call.
No, what was that, like 100 million for another year of that, I think.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
To keep friends on.
Yes,
Wow, I
they
didn't
can't
even hear
develop
that.
a show about ladies.
That's so much.
They make $100 million off of.
100 million for one more year of keeping friends on.
You know
I'm
that's
pretty
the
sure that's
same-
right. I hope
Yeah, and that's
correct.
That's
just
the
on
same
Netflix.
creator.
Well, they also have it on TBS and Nick at Night.
But you know that's the
and-
same creator, right?
What?
Of Grace and Frankie.
Oh, is it?
Marta
is-
Kaufman.
Oh, there you go.
She's the creator of
Well,
Friends.
it's a good thing she's got like something to fall back on. I mean, Friends is ridiculous. I was in one episode and the check is still pretty good.
Hey,
All this time later, just a random check in the mailbox for 35 cents. That's a typical residual, but the Friends ones
I got
are
my
hot.
my first residual check this week
For
for
what?
being on at midnight, and it was 1 cent.
Yes. well,
Literally.
oh,
Yes.
you don't hear that story anymore. In the 90s, everyone was getting 1 cent checks.
Yeah.
Now,
no, I came back from the mailbox the other day with 30 1-cent checks.
whoa.
Because I was on at midnight like 30 times.
You were on that a lot.
Yeah. So I got a big stack of tiny checks. But they were different too. Like some were 2, some were 3 cents. Like I was like, who's the fucking Bartleby Scribner motherfucker sitting somewhere with a quill figuring this shit out under candlelight? What the fuck is happening?
That is like a bummer of paper use just to mail
Yeah,
that
just
to
keep
you.
track of every little cent,
The
It's
person
like-
that uses a magnifying glass a lot, just like, yes.
They should at least wait till it's $1.
Yeah, I should at least
should
cover
just
the
wait.
stamp and envelope that it's
Yeah.
in. Like that
But then there's
seems-
somebody out there that's like, I want that 75 cents. There's
add
always
up.
somebody. But just the act of depositing a 2-cent check just feels ridiculous.
I don't want to show that to anybody.
It's like your time is worth more than
What are
that.
you talking about? That's a great check.
Is it?
Well,
To
there
have,
used
like,
to be a
2
bar.
cent check, you know
There's a
what I
bar in the valley called Residuals. It's still a bar called
really?
Residuals, I think, but they no longer do this because I guess it probably got way out of hand. Was that you'd get like a half off your drink if you brought in a residual check that was less than $1.
That's yeah.
And
go out of business.
so a lot of out of work actors were just fucking rolling in there every night.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's really funny.
Yeah, so at one point they just went. It was one of those sad things too. Whenever like a restaurant has something like that and you go in, it's not a thing anymore. But now you're like, oh, do I stay or do I just leave in a huff because they're not going to take my residual check? And I stayed because it's not a lot of bars in that area. Alicia, I'm sure we're almost out of time, but do you have any pod topics
Here we go.
you'd like to share?
Oh shit, that's right.
Well, at the time of watching this episode, there will be a vote happening. It's for a bipartisan bill that would protect banks that decide to work with cannabis companies.
Boom.
So that's pretty big.
Love it.
So we'll see what happens there.
Yeah,
Protect them from what? Where do
really
they get
good.
protection from?
They can get penalized right now for agreeing to take money from those companies.
Oh, like
Yeah,
the
most
Federal
banks-
Reserve? Who
Yeah.
penalize? Okay.
Yeah, all the weed businesses that are thriving in the recreational weed states and medical ones everywhere. Everywhere money's being made off of weed, no banks will let them put their money there.
Wow.
So what do you do with all that fucking
Yeah, what
money?
do you do with that shit?
They have cash.
You have
That's
you
a
have
lot
all
of
this
money.
cash, and you have and that's bringing crime to that problem, not to marijuana. It's like making that unnecessarily adding extra layers of criminal potential.
And when they do taxes, they have to have somebody from the IRS come and count cash out.
Holy shit.
Oh, wow.
Like, Wow, that's nuts.
It's a whole pain in the ass.
Yeah.
It's the
It's
same dude
absurd.
making the 1 cent checks.
Yeah. And the reason it's changing, I assume, is politicians, they're realizing that there's money in it. Why put a hurdle up like that that's going to start, stopping the money stream?
Yeah, it's going to keep the money out of the system.
Yeah. But so that's great news.
Guess we have time for another.
Okay,
Seems like
let's
we're
get
good,
another piece
right?
of great news.
Or am I wrong?
No, I think we can do it. I haven't seen a signal in forever.
So I'm really bummed about this because I think even recently we were talking about how New Jersey was really on their way to legalizing recreational marijuana. And everything seemed in place and they just did a vote and the Democratic Party split and it did not happen.
The Democrats split on that?
Yep.
Come on, Democrats.
That's in New Jersey?
What the hell?
Yes. Yeah. So they argued that it would be a public health menace to their communities. That was their
Where do
argument.
they get this idea from? Like, what neighborhoods are having that problem in the states that have legalized?
Yeah.
The problems that were there still exist. It didn't solve any problems. But there's no places that are having whatever that was you just said. That's not happening. Right?
Is there any
I don't
state
think so.
in New England that has medicinal or recreational?
Well, I
yet?
guess Massachusetts would count.
Massachusetts.
Yeah.
They have which one?
They have straight up recreational.
Straight up?
DC is definitely recreational, right?
Yeah, I've seen lots of footage
not in
of people
federal
in
buildings.
Boston going
Right.
into, the dispensaries there.
Oh, shit.
In Massachusetts, and they love it.
Because the East Coast seemed like it was the last bastion of fucking.
Well, yeah, I
old,
mean, New York
weird-ass
still really
morals.
hasn't.
It's
the
crazy
state
you can't get
hasn't
weed in
flipped.
New York. That's crazy.
Yeah, they keep trying.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
It'll get there, but lots of states are on board, and yet still, there's some sort of argument still being made that that it's going to make problems instead of just making money for and it could be making money for the rich people that are the ones that are paying these politicians to be against these things.
Right.
They're not even good businessmen. I mean, I guess prisons. They're making their money off of prisons.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right. Because if it's legal, then there's less crime.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's crazy. Real bummer, Alicia.
Hey, this is cool though. Listen to this
We
one.
got a nice one.
In Texas.
Love it already.
Yeah, we were all in Texas very recently, actually. There's a new bill stating that Texans caught with small amounts of marijuana will now be subjected to a fine instead of jail time.
How about it? Hallelujah.
That's all of Texas?
Yeah, so it's passed this
man.
first hurdle.
Oh, it's not official.
Yeah, and so now it has to go to the Committee on Calendars, it's called. And they're the ones that actually schedule out the legislation. So it's through the first step. It's on its way, hopefully.
veto it or something like that.
The calendar committee
Punch
they can
it.
decide
They could
there's not
smite
enough
it.
days.
But that sounds great. That sounds great for
Wonderful.
weed smokers, law enforcement. Everybody wins on that because it's just a hassle for everybody.
I used to drive to South by Southwest a lot when I used to go. Just
From here?
doing. Yeah, we used
Oh,
to do it all the
goodness.
time. Well, we used to try to book a tour between here and there, try to do like Phoenix, Albuquerque, and then do a show there. But sometimes the shows wouldn't work out because there's 1,000 bands trying to do that route at the same time. But Texas was always really scary because there's a lot of checkpoints, you know, for immigration or whatever. But that jail thing was a serious matter for touring musicians that enjoy smoking weed while they tour.
Yeah, you got to
Texas
have a
was a big
decoy
deal.
bus.
I never know. Who has a decoy bus?
I thought somebody might.
It seems like a good idea.
It's a great idea.
I do think
It's like
a-
anytime
Yeah.
there's like, the band members have separate buses, then, one of them could be a decoy bus.
Okay.
decoy bus. I just like that. It just sounds cool.
It's a great title.
I mean, that's why Snoop and Willie Nelson are always getting pulled over because they paint their names on the side of their buses. So that's cause right there to get pulled over.
Yeah, but you get through TSA all the time.
I do. Shh. That's a great story, though. Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah. Can we do a marijuana know
Yeah.
something? Okay.
Oh.
You gotta wait for it. Oh my, it would be so funny if we sat here for a few minutes. I ask you guys a question. I don't know the answer. All of us are going to try to figure it out together.
Okay, that sounds like fun.
Right? According to a 2008 survey, what percentage of British teens thought Sherlock Holmes was a real person?
Oh.
What year is that again?
2008.
Oh, okay.
So when did the Robert Downey Jr. thing first happen?
Probably right around there.
2000.
Around there?
But it was British teens.
Yeah.
So they had that Benedict Cumberbatch version of Sherlock.
That was on TV?
I think that was on TV.
But was that
At that
seems
time.
more recently.
I think it was around that time, though.
Really? So lots of big and small screen adaptations of this
What percentage?
fake person, and supposedly, I'm guessing British teens really fell for it or something.
What's weird though is if there are so many different versions of Sherlock Holmes, how come the teens didn't pick up on that? Like, how can one person be real if he's on all these different formats?
Right,
You know what I mean?
but
Played by different people.
somehow kids get fooled by this Santa Claus bullshit.
Yeah, right, but like
Every
teens,
year where the kid sees
What's
18
a
different
teen?
Santa Clauses and the excuse is always, Santa gets around, or,
that's what they say about him.
why is Santa so skinny? I mean, Santa lost some weight from running around making your gifts. I don't know. I don't know what to say. This
I say
has to be a
35.
high number, right?
It's gotta be.
I say it's gotta be.
Why bother to ask the
I'm
question if
gonna
it's
say
35 dumb
69%.
kids? 69%?
I'm gonna go high on it
I think, yeah.
because I think
69.
it's low, so it's probably the opposite.
I think why ask unless...
So is that
crazy.
like, do we all make a guess? Is
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, do you have one?
But is there like a prize?
No.
So
No,
it's not- 'cause
Satisfaction
You
of
get
knowing
to
you know
win.
something.
There's you get civic pride, everyone,
Civic
everyone
pride.
in your hometown is so happy for
That
you.
is one of your AKAs.
It is. I wanted to use my Price is Right strategy of just doing 1% over hers, but if there's no prize.
Well, then you'd have to go 100% because I'm going 99.
Oh,
Whoa.
okay.
99,
Okay.
99?
I'm gonna go 74.
I think for some reason these kids just got bamboozled.
Yeah, I do too. I agree.
All right, yeah, let's see.
I'm gonna
It's got to be a
74.
high
I'm
number.
dying
That's
to
why we're
know.
asking it
I'm
on
curious.
the show.
You have a.
I feel like they assume there's an assumption it'll be high.
So you're gonna go the opposite direction.
Yeah, I'm going the opposite direction.
Where are you gonna go? If your Price is Right, you go $1.
I'm sticking at 35%.
I respect it. That's a good guess.
35.
That's a third of a population. That's a lot of people.
That's
Still a lot of people.
That's true. Is there an answer?
He
Oh,
has
what's
the answer.
Alicia's guess?
I'm sticking to 69.
69. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, forgot. Here we go. I'm going 99.
Flip it. Oh,
so
sweet mother,
anxious.
flip it.
58%.
Whoa.
58.
Oh, you got it. We all went over.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh my
Also-
goodness. By the rules of the Price is Right.
Good job.
20% in that same poll thought Winston Churchill is not a real person.
Not a real person?
Not a real person.
That's
Oh shit,
funny.
we just went really long on this segment because it said break a while ago, but that was such an exciting,
Well,
exciting round of that. Thank you, Alicia.
hey, thanks.
We'll be right back with these guys and the Dab King. We'll be right back. Admit it, you think that cybercrime is something that happens to other people. You may think that no one wants your data and that hackers can't grab your passwords or credit card details, but you'd be wrong. Stealing data from unsuspecting people on public Wi-Fi is one of the simplest and cheapest ways for hackers to make money. When you leave your internet connection unencrypted, you might as well be writing your passwords and credit card numbers on a huge billboard for the rest of the world to see. To protect yourself from cyber criminals, use ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN secures and anonymizes your internet browsing by encrypting your data and hiding your public IP address. It has easy-to-use apps that run seamlessly in the background of your computer, phone, and tablet. You can safely surf on public Wi-Fi without being snooped on or having your personal data stolen. For less than $7 a month, you can get ExpressVPN protection. ExpressVPN is rated the #1 VPN service by TechRadar and comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Protect your online activity today and find out how you can get 3 months free at expressvpn.com/Doug. That's expressvpn.com/Doug for 3 months free with a 1-year package. Visit expressvpn.com/Doug to learn more. Hey, here we are in the basement. Open Mike Eagle. Baron Vaughn. I was leaving a hole there for you to do a gesture or say something.
That's my gesture.
No, him.
Oh, him.
I was gonna do something else.
But you didn't.
And
I
then
didn't
Baron's
know.
here.
Yeah.
Vaughn.
We're really not good at
And
improvising at all.
Taylor Rizzo.
Not as high as I am right now.
Oh my God! I saw Baron do some musical singing
He's really good at
improvisation,
that.
and he was so good at it.
I'm all right.
It made me angry.
Again,
He
it's like
makes up songs all the time.
it's like
Awesome.
basketball though. It's like, you know, sometimes I think too much as I'm calling back to an earlier thing.
Oh, you feel like you think too much.
But
No,
in
definitely.
basketball, you just stop, and in musical improv, you do great.
Oh, all right. I'll take it then.
Yeah. But that stuff is I find that very entertaining because I like musicals already, but then when they're just making it up on the spot and are good at it, oof. Very. We should give them a plug. It's called Off Book.
Oh yeah.
That's what I saw you do.
Jess
at,
McKenna
I
and
saw you-
Zach.
She's so good at that.
saw you in
Jess
Montreal.
McKenna's amazing
Yeah.
at that skill as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
fun, and they
Yeah.
are so good at it. Their connection, like,
Yeah.
it's incredible.
But that's where you really impressed me is that like you don't do that with them all the time. They're always doing it with each other. So you're just in there in the mix doing your thing, and it was terrific. And it's you can listen to it.
Well, thanks.
I mean, everyone can listen to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just was sort of looking in your direction when I said that. But Taylor's here with the dab rig that we really adore. It's my favorite dab rig I've ever met.
It's pretty great.
It's called Switch, and it's from Dr. Dabber.
Yes.
It looks like a Sonos speaker.
I like to say, what did I say?
It's like
Oh shit! Oh no, it looks like something that Whoopi Goldberg would put in front of somebody in the bar on the Starship Enterprise.
Absolutely.
You know, she just put that down
Oh,
and
that's right.
wink and then walk away.
Yeah, Whoopi was on that show. That's right. I
Jesus
forgot.
Christ, she's done so many things.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's been all over the
Next
universe.
generation.
But so we've got that device, and so we like to, if you want to, I know you guys have stuff to do today, so by all means say no. Taylor and I'll just do some.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm
it
gonna
doesn't-
pass.
'cause it's all-
I'm also I'm just
all
gonna watch
heated
you
up.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do it.
I'm fascinated.
I love to
Cast that
show
spell.
people how great I am at it.
I did a dab
I've already had
one time in
a
my
couple
life.
today, just once.
One time.
And that was enough for you.
Yeah, because what happened was I was hanging out with a buddy of mine I hadn't seen in years, and we went to this bar to hang out, and I saw some other people I know, and they said they were going to smoke. So I went to smoke with them, and they pulled out the dab rig, and I hit the dab, and I had to go home and tell my friend I had to leave immediately. I hadn't seen him in years, but I couldn't talk. Had to go home.
And what happened? Are you guys still friends?
Oh yeah, we're good. Later, I was able to use words and told him what happened, and we were fine.
How did you communicate that you had to go home without words?
Just
No,
gestures.
I just told him the fact that I had to go home. I didn't
okay.
say the reason.
I got you.
I just went home, and then later said the reason.
Yeah, then I hope you told him sooner rather than later, because that would eat at me.
Yeah.
Why did he have to go home?
Right. I
I
invited
mean,
him to
number
that
one
place.
is diarrhea, right?
Right. Yeah.
Diarrhea.
That would have been a
say
good
that.
That's the
line
one that
every
you have
time.
it and you don't want to say it out loud. Not even out of embarrassment, but saying diarrhea makes it shoot right out. It really, once you've admitted it to yourself
It's like
out loud,
activating it. Yeah.
yeah, it's really like there's no turning back.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do that.
Yeah, that's so. How does it work?
Basically, it works like a giant vape pen. You just put the oil in there and press the button, and it turns red while it's heating up, and when it goes green, it's ready to hit, and then it cools back down afterwards.
This
pretty
definitely
convenient.
isn't what they had the time that I.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
did they?
for
I
people.
assume they pulled out a torch
Yeah,
and lit it up.
It was
and-
very crackish. That was another turnoff.
Yeah, that's a big thing. If you use a torch and you're not like timing how long you're letting the nail cool afterwards, you're
Oh
gonna
yeah, they
get
weren't
just-
doing any of that science.
Yeah.
They were just lighting it on fire.
really elegant.
Elegant, though.
Yeah, it's
Great
really
word.
it's convenient because it regulates all of that for you. You don't have to do any of the work. You just press a button.
And it looks like a megaphone. Yeah. So nobody asks you anything.
It's fun. You have it right up there like a DJ booth. Have a good night.
Yeah, you can make it light up and sparkle.
It's like a little personal disco.
Just me alone in my room, hanging out, listening to music. It's
Good.
staring at a light.
Can we do another quiz thingy really quick since it's just me and Taylor doing dabs? Might as well make you guys do something. Okay, I mixed up the cards and I looked down and I saw the answer to this next question, and then I saw part of the question.
Oh, I can't
So
see.
here's what we're gonna do.
Like Jeopardy? We're going to do Jeopardy?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you the answer. Do I want to know something?
Wow.
Here's the answer, and then you guys.
It's hard to get used to.
I
and
froze.
We'll try to think of what the question is, but I've got a hint to help figure out what the question is. If you
And that
guys,
hint is the
you
answer.
guys don't bring it up at all, I'm going to let you start. The answer is 1 month. Now you got to keep in mind, like 58%. Remember how like that was? It wasn't outrageously high, but it was a high number. I mean, it was outrageous that 58% of those kids thought that. But that's how these questions are. Is they're like, you know, it's not gonna. The answer's not gonna be something simple.
1 month.
What is the gestation period of a wild chicken?
Is that true, or are you just having some fun?
Both.
Wow, I can't even think of.
1 month.
Isn't
All right.
that,
There's a key word that I saw
Oh, good.
that I think will help move this along and give us more ideas. It has something to do with a Rubik's Cube. But what with a Rubik's Cube would take a month?
I mean, it'd probably take
Not
me a month
first
to figure
person
it
to
out.
solve it. Is it like maybe like how long it took Judge Judy to figure it out?
How long did it take the first blind person to figure out a Rubik's Cube?
When would a blind person know that they've solved the Rubik's Cube? Does somebody have to just watch?
It's somebody, yeah, your buddy goes, you're
Warm?
wait,
Warmer? Oh. No, not that way. Not that. No, no, no.
wait. You could just tell him, you did it.
Yeah, you did it.
No.
Great job.
1 month.
What a month.
What a month.
What a month we
Yeah,
have.
after a month, you just kind of give in.
How are your wrists? Broken. All right. This is silly. It's going to be hard to come up with.
Is it how
I
long
mean,
it took to invent? How long did it take to invent the Rubik's Cube?
No, how long did it take? I mean, because it's also got to be kind of a crazy answer to the question, an answer we might not have come up with.
How long did Rubik's once stare at a cube?
How long was Rubik still alive after inventing the cube?
How long after inventing the Rubik's
exploded.
Cube did Rubik's take to change his name to Cubix? That's
Rubik's
That sounds
Cube.
about
Rubik's changed his name to Cubix.
1 month.
How long did he have to think about that before he did
Before he
that?
pulled the trigger on the name change.
Felix Rubik's.
How long was the Rubik's Cube the #1 bestseller on the New York Times
Oh.
bestseller list?
I think that's also very fair.
They put things that aren't books.
You
up
think
there?
it was a book?
Yeah, toys.
Sure.
It
is a book.
Maybe
There's a
before
manual.
Amazon it was. Maybe they did do.
They definitely sell them at Barnes & Noble.
Yep,
You think?
They do.
For sure.
They're going to sell booze at Barnes & Noble.
What?
Yeah.
About time.
They're getting liquor licenses.
I used to get cheesecake there.
I don't think I've seen a Rubik's Cube for sale.
I'm just gonna go
or
in there
anywhere.
and like do a shot and then go right to the horticulture section.
I've bought a bunch
drunk
of Rubik's
learn.
Cubes, but I never really solved one.
I want to know what this question is.
How long does the average person remain interested in their Rubik's Cube?
That's a great one.
Oh.
Is that the real answer?
It probably
No,
is.
I'm still guessing.
That's
Does the
pretty
average
reasonable.
I just wanted to put a guess on the table, but we got to wrap it up. So what's your guess, Taylor?
How long did it take the first blind person to...
Oh, yeah,
Let's
that's
just still
right.
sticking with the blind.
He's sticking with it.
Okay.
Okay.
We didn't put enough holes in that. Baron?
How long did it take Felix Rubix to invent the Rubik's Cube?
Okay.
It is hubris.
I mean, I would argue that it probably took him a lifetime because he had to have a personality that would think of that shit. But anyway, Mike.
How long did it take a chimpanzee to do it
Oh,
in
not bad.
That's a
some
pretty good...
fucked up condition he was being kept in?
I like that.
It was being kept in.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. After creating it, how long did it take Erno Rubik to solve a Rubik's Cube?
That's so close.
Wow.
I feel like
So he created it, and then it took him a month to figure it out.
Huh.
That's weird.
Erno?
Erno Rubik.
When he
Change his
created
name
it,
to Felix.
it was already
Felix
solved,
is just
right?
Felix is great.
Slick.
If he created it, it was already solved when he
No, he
created it.
created a block that had a bunch of letters on it, and then had to figure out how to get them all, lined up. So-
Letters? Is letters?
Not
I thought it was
colors,
just colors.
colors.
Yeah. So when he made it,
He invented a thing where
This is
all of those
upsetting.
colors were on there,
This is bothering me.
but then, or maybe he invented it with the idea to then solve it. Is that he invented this thing where he just take all the colors and mix them up, and then
He made it in
see
order.
how long it takes him to figure out how to get it.
It's like how long
back.
the guy who invented jigsaw puzzles,
shit, we gotta
it
go.
still would have taken him some time to put together the puzzle.
Okay.
It just happened to take him a month.
Yeah.
The New
guess that makes
Negroes,
sense.
this new stand-up
Hey.
comedy music show on Comedy Central and BET launches April 19th. Did I get that in time? Okay, we still shit. And our next show is April 9th at 12:15. Thank you. I should have said it a little slower. Thanks to Mo Greens for being a sponsor of today's show. If you're looking for an elite cannabis destination, make the wise choice. Mo Greens, the premium consumption lounge in the heart of San Francisco. Mo Greens combines old school San Francisco charm with unparalleled customer service, creating a truly elite cannabis experience. Go to mogreens.com to plan your visit.